If you have a complicated relationship with food, maybe you overeat or you undereat or you comfort eat or you punish yourself with food or lack of food, then hang around with me for a couple of minutes because I want to share what I perceive to be the solution to a complicated relationship with food. Okay, so if we think about what food gives a lot of us, it gives us comfort, it makes us feel a certain way. And often we use food to provide that feeling that wasn't given to us by maybe our caregivers or our loved ones. And we learn really, really early on that food is the route to feeling better. So maybe you're a kid and you're sad and you get given a chocolate bar or some Haribo, or maybe as a family, like the happy times are when you're all sharing a bar of chocolate in front of the TV. And there's all of these associations that we pick up really, really early on of when I don't feel good, when I don't feel good about myself, food is there to help me feel better. And then the challenge is that food can become a weapon. So you either overeat, you eat to excess, you use these comforts all of the time, and then you have health challenges, and and then perhaps you carry excess weight. And so you then demonize yourself for eating and doing the thing that actually makes you feel comforted in the first place. And it creates this challenging relationship with food. Or you go to the other side of the scale where you're like, well, now I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to have any of these foods. I'm going to restrict myself because I've been quote unquote bad. And I think if we sort of strip it all away, what we are left with is how can we give ourselves, how can we find and exist in a world where we get what food has given us? Because food is giving us the thing artificially, right? The love, the comfort, the nourishment that we needed from other people, that food now fills the gap in. How do we do that? So that's the first thing for you to think about. And then if you think about what you actively choose to put in your body, okay? So you can go to extremes with all of this. You might decide that you're only going to eat very, very quote unquote healthy foods, whatever that is supposed to mean, but then you don't nourish yourself. Well, like there can be an obsession with macros, like there needs to be a certain amount of proteins, carbs, and fats in every meal. But then you aren't really giving yourself the love and the nourishment from the food. And I think the solution, honestly, is love. I actually think the solution to pretty much everything is love, rather than fear, rather than hate, rather than control, because we also can use food to try and control. Um, what if we bring it back to love? And whenever you are making a food choice, come back to this question of how do I love and nourish myself in this moment? Like from a place of deep love, from a place of deep care for myself. What does my body need? What am I going to choose to give myself? And sometimes that's still going to look like the Haribo and the chocolate bar, but it probably doesn't look like nailing sharing bag of Haribo in one go or a massive chocolate bar in one go, right? It might look like a few Haribo or a standard size chocolate bar. But when we come back to this place of, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of nourishment, I deserve to take care of myself, I want my body to last as long as possible, and not this fixation with what we're eating, what we look like, what we weigh, like trying to control everything, trying to control our food. You actually come to this place of much more like a balance and ease because your day isn't filled thinking about what you've eaten, what you're going to eat next, have you eaten too much, how many calories are in this thing? Because you're just eating what you need and you're paying attention to your body and you're allowing yourself to have what you want, but from this place of love. Because love doesn't look like salad or chicken and broccoli all the time. That's not like hearty, loving, nourishing way to eat. And love also doesn't look like junk food and crap and getting in from work and basically inhaling the entire kitchen because you've had a shit day. So, can you come back to love and nourishment when it comes to food? Maybe do some work to understand why your relationship with it is as it is, but you will not go wrong when you lead your life from a place of love in all the things, but particularly how you choose to feed and nourish yourself. So I hope you found this helpful. Give me a heart below if you did. And if you need any support on this, you'd like to chat it through, you'd like to talk about your relationship with food, the complicated thing that it is, please get in touch, drop me a message. I will be happy to talk about how I can help. Take care.